Hey friend, how are you? Happy Tuesday evening. Hope all is well with you. Whenever and wherever you are tuning in from. I'm good. Today was a good day off work. It's usually so nice to just have a full day of rest. Not going anywhere, no errands, nothing, just being in the house and chilling. And for me, it's really nice that I was chilling with the kids, so it's been a good day, even though others are studying, others are busy in their rooms, and others are in and out of my room. But I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for every little blessing. I count every blessing that I have had today, and rest being the biggest. So today I just want to put something out there. I've said this before. I think in the last video or last couple of videos, that I've been working on something that is so close to my heart, and I am finally able to put it out. So you may have seen, or if you've not seen, please go to my Instagram and check out what I posted. Something called the Confidence Comeback Academy. And I know it may have raised many questions for, okay, Lorraine, what is this? What next do you have for us? There's something about turning 40 and feeling nothing for anyone, I think when I was younger, I'd just be like, okay, what are people thinking about me? I'm just coming up with all these ideas, left, right, and center. I'm sure people are just like, hey. Of course, those thoughts, yes, did come into my mind. But imagine I don't care. I don't care. It's interesting that I've got to that point where I'm like, I will change my mind as many times as I need to. I will pivot in different areas of my life as many times as I need to, until I get to that place where I'm at peace, where my heart is at peace, where my mind is at peace, where I know I'm in alignment with God's will for my life. And this is one of the things that I know is in alignment with God's will for my life. So like I said in the last video, or was it video? Yes, I think it was a video. I talked about confidence, and I think it was just a post anyway. Doesn't matter. We are here now. Confidence, losing my confidence. It was the last video. I remember some things that I said. Losing my confidence as the years have gone by, and just having in this period being super duper honest with myself, and it going back to many years back in primary school. I'll talk a little bit more about that, just because it's part of my story, and it's what brought down my confidence, from that time, and then now with other things added on as I grew up and as I became an adult. I was a very confident girl in primary school. Let me not talk about nursery school, because I do remember some things about nursery school. I remember I had a crush on a boy, an Indian boy called Raju. I kind of remember how he looked. Okay, this is out of topic, guys. That's nursery school. So, primary school, I was confident, and I mean, people could see that I had potential for stuff, from the time that I was young. And I remember getting to, like I mentioned in my last video, standard 5. I was 11, and I was taking part in so many things. I was taking part in the mass choir. I was picked out for the mass choir. We were one of the kids who went to sing for President Baba Moe, Heko Kwako Baba Moe, remember the song. So it was, I think, three standard 5 students and 3 standard 6 students. So I was one of the 3. And I used to get picked out for stuff to do, because my teachers saw it in me. I don't think I had really gotten to that point where I knew that there was something that they were seeing in me, So, like I said in my last video, my standard 5 teacher just did not like me for some odd reason. And I remember her, just being nasty to me in class. I loved math. I loved math in primary school. I loved math in high school. And even up till today, my kids are just like, hey, mommy, your mental math is on point. Like, I love doing mental math. Sometimes I'm just like, let me just shut up, because I know I know the answer to that question, like quick, fast, when people are still calculating. So I'm like, let me just shut up so that, people don't think that I'm showing off. But I just love to do mental math. I think I'll credit my dad. I remember my dad used to give us easy ways to do math. In fact, I should just call him and ask him, Daddy, Kwani, because I can't remember him ever telling us that math was his favorite subject. But let me credit my dad there, I remember there was a book that he had, that he gave us. I remember being in possession of it, on how to just work out math problems, in different ways than the conventional way. So anyway, in class 5, I remember, like there was a time when I would do mental math and in class and, quickly answer a question. And this teacher would just shut me down, and I'm just like, gosh, what have I done to this woman? And I remember there was a time we were outside at PE or something, and she shouted at me, and I just like, what's up with this woman? And in this period, in me just sitting, I never thought about it. I was just like, okay, this woman didn't like me, whatever, man. I'll be out of class 5 and I'll move on to the next class, And in this period, like I said, I've been brutally honest with myself, just trying to figure out where some things went wrong, where, things happened that may have contributed to everything that has happened in my life as an adult. So that's one of the earliest memories that I have of being shut down. Potential is there, but then because somebody for some odd reason just doesn't like you, you're shut down. And this being an older person, somebody, we used to look up to our teachers, and, me looking up to her, and I'm like, hey, this person, okay, the weird thing is, whoever's in my class will know. Of course, you already know who our class 5 teacher was, but if I say we shared a name, you'll now know, hey, it was her. We shared a name. And I guess subconsciously that also had a bearing on how negatively she impacted me, because I'm like, one, this is my teacher, I look up to her. Two, we share a name, and then she hates me this much. Gosh, so let me just shut up, let me just cower down. So I cowered down. But the weird thing is, I think when you have something about you, even if, yes, you cower yourself down or somebody tries to bring you down, there still will be somebody who will see your light. So I remember in I used to be class prefect. I used to be top of my class, I remember in class 7 or class 8? Some girl, she's a good friend. She's a friend, and we talk once in a while. She told me, hey, Lorraine, these days you don't even compete with us in class. You're not competing with the other guys, because we're 4 streams. You're competing with the other top guys in other classes. So I'm just trying to bring out the point that I was also a bright student, and my standard 7 teacher, Miss Atogo, rest in peace, she saw something in me. I don't know, it started in class 6 or class 7, but there used to be public speaking. I've forgotten what it was called, but then we would go with the schools around us, St. George's and State House Primary. I was in Nairobi Primary, Patrick, whoop, whoop. And we would go do public speaking. But she saw something in me. She picked me for 2 years in a row. I think there was a Swahili version and an English version. I remember because one of them I was supposed to be talking about, you're given a topic to talk about, and one of them was supposed to talk about a watch, and like just an inanimate thing, and you talk about it. And I remember just freezing, and I wasn't able to do it, but she still insisted, Lorraine, you're gonna do this, I did it. But I wasn't the most vibrant person on that stage, I don't think I got far because of that, because of course there's everything that is looked at. But she kept seeing that in me, and I went on and finished primary school, and then went on to high school. High school, I was, still a cop. Okay, a cop meaning a prefect in high school. From second form, second, third, and fourth form. Fourth form, of course. Now at some point, then we hand over, and then we concentrate on our exams, on preparing for our exams. So that what happened in primary school really had a huge bearing in me just coming down, and not giving, bringing my whole self out, confidently, basically. Just it brought down my confidence, and that went on, and then now into adulthood. I know I have, for the longest time, I have not been as confident as I should be. I have actually put myself down just to fit in. I have shrunk myself. And, this 2-year period of the valley has helped me transition. Okay, not transition, sorry, that's not the right word. Has helped me sit with myself and figure, but no, Lorraine, this is not who you are. This is not who you were in your formative years. And you need to get back to it, so I am getting back to what my life is supposed to be. I know that's not a very properly constructed sentence, but you know what I mean. So I am regaining my confidence, and it's such a nice place to be. I'm rediscovering some things about myself, and just laying off, all those things that have been spoken about me, that have been said about me. The last post that I did on Instagram, I said that I've been wearing like a badge of honor. I for the longest I've been saying, I usually don't expect much. I'm such a nice person to have. I don't expect much. You can buy me a packet of chips for a date, and I'll be fine, because I don't expect much. I will bring myself to your level. I will shrink, I don't expect much. That's the main thing. But I'm just like, that shouldn't be it, that shouldn't be it. What you say about yourself, shows other people around you how to treat you, and not only the people around you, even yourself, whatever you say. I saw something the other day that the things, you might think something and it may not really make an impact to you, but then once you say it about yourself, then it's like an outside voice telling it to yourself as much as it's you saying it about yourself. So, and we know what the Bible says, that life and death are in the power of the tongue. We have to be super careful about what we say, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. If you speak death, then death it is. If you speak life, then life it is. So I'm in that space where I am regaining my confidence. I am, speaking life. I am, owning a room, There's a friend of mine, bless your soul, Lovey. I know if you watch this, you'll know, who told me, Lorraine, you're the kind of person who, when you get into a room, you own the room. She told me that, but I was just like, oh gosh, that's so nice. But after that, I'm just like, I'm not gonna own any room, but it's enough, guys. It's enough. We are going to own the room. I am going to own the room. I am going to own my space. And there are so many women who are in that position. When I posted what I posted, a friend of mine just sent me a message and said, Lorraine, aki kama wanawake, as women, this happens to us a lot, especially when all life's issues come up, you get married, you get you get children, and even at work, you're just like, this is a lot, let me just shrink. Guys, no, we cannot shrink. We only have one life to live, so we have to live it to the full. So Confidence Comeback Academy is my baby, and it's a group for women who want to just regain their confidence after heartbreak, after trauma, after burnout, after whatever. If you lost it, if you want to get it, if you feel you've never had confidence but you want to be confident, this one's for you. So what I have is a journal that I have come up with, an ebook journal, for just the lessons that I've learned and how I've been able to navigate it and just regain my confidence. If you see me acting a little different because you didn't know me when I was younger, or you've not known me in my moments of high confidence, then please don't be shocked, because that's gonna be that is the quote unquote new me. And I'm taking you all along. So ebook is ready. It only costs $9.99, and for this $999 Kenya shillings, equivalent of USD will probably be like $7 or something like that, $7 and something. It's when you get the daily journal, you get access to a community, the Confidence Comeback Academy community, and we will have weekly sessions on WhatsApp. It's just a whole load. So just stay tuned. What I'm basically trying to say is, because time is also running out, this phone of mine with space, we will move on up soon. Stay tuned. I will post more. I will put out the link. we'll talk about this. We'll get this going, and I'm really, really, really excited for what is set to come, and just to see a whole community of women who are standing up for themselves and gaining their confidence again, and just taking back what is theirs. So look out for it. Yeah, we'll post it up soon. So take care. Love you. Bye.